You are now listening to T on One Radio, the talk show podcast station, bringing you Inspire Our Podcast, your source for positive mental stimulation and good vibes, uplifting the world in support of peace, strength, wisdom, and faith. The information and resources on this podcast are based on the opinions of the host, unless otherwise noted. All information is intended to motivate, encourage, and inspire positive change and a healthier lifestyle. This podcast may contain some quotations, images, and or excerpts from copyrighted material. These uses fall well within the copyright doctrine of fair use. Welcome, I am your host, Tony Williams. Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Inspire Our Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. To all my new listeners, welcome, and welcome. And all of my day ones, it is wonderful that you are here once again. Now, today's topic may be a little touchy, but it is one that I feel is very important that we should share and talk about. Because I would like to encourage the fellas out there. They're having a hard time, believe it or not. So let's help them out a little bit. And today's topic, embracing the journey, navigating the aftermath of DNA paternity testing. Now, we see this on so many talk shows where the paternity tests come back not the father. The child doesn't belong to them. And there's no telling how long they've been there and what all they've been doing. That can be a tough situation, mental, emotionally, and physically. That's the one thing that men truly want, deserve, and need, is to have their seeds. They want them. Men want their sons. They want their daughters. And it is a very hurtful experience for that test to come back that they're not the father. Now, life has a way of throwing unexpected curveballs in our path, forcing us to confront challenges we never imagined we'd faced. One such hardship is the heart-wrenching realization that the children we loved, cared for, and nurtured may not biologically be ours. Coupled with the toxicity of an existing relationship, this revelation can shake the very core of our being. Yet, even in the face of adversity, there is hope. In this episode, we will explore the journey of coping with this difficult situation and finding strength and healing in the aftermath. Now, I know a lot of guys are going, do what? Yeah, it is hard. Yeah, I went through that. But I'm not staying. I'm not taking care of a child that is not mine. Okay, that's fine. I'll say that again. That is fine. It is perfectly okay to feel that way. It is your choice, as well it is your right. So at this point, if you want out of the situation, let it go. If you want out of the situation, you just found out that the children are not yours, let it go. If that is what your heart, your mind is telling you, you prayed and everything else, let it go. You're done. So use this moment of self-discovery as an opportunity to prioritize your own mental health and happiness. Engage in activities that bring you contentment and peace. Embrace this new chapter, paving the way for a brighter future filled with self-discovery, personal growth, and the chance to create meaningful connections with yourself and others. Now, but should your heart keep you there, with time, healing, and the right support, it can be an opportunity for growth, resilience, and a fresh start. Because it's a choice. It is a choice. You can stay or you can go. But it's totally up to you. So what can we do? What can we do to accept if the paternity test comes back that it's not your child? What can we do? First, accepting your emotions. Yes, that's first. Accepting your emotions. Discovering that your children may not be biologically yours can unleash a roller coaster of emotions. Shock, confusion, anger, betrayal, and great profound sadness. And those are natural responses. Now, it is vital to allow these emotions to surface and give yourself permission to feel them without judgment. Don't judge yourself. And it's not right for anyone else to judge you. So it's okay to feel those feelings. It is okay to go through it and handle those emotions. It's fine. It's for the best. Because we cannot keep it bottled up inside. Then it becomes explosive. And that's honestly even worse. So recognize that it's okay to grieve the loss of the imagined biological connection while accepting the truth and embracing the precious bond you have forged with your children through love and care. So if you're staying, you're saying, okay, these kids are mine. But I know what the truth is. But in my heart, I feel they're mine. You see? So you have to go through it in order to be able to accept it, that where there's no animosity, there's no, being ugly or anything like that toward the children. If you're going to be there, but deal with your emotions. Accept how you felt when you found out and work your way through it. So the first thing in coping with this is accepting your emotions. The next is to seek support. Yes, seek support. Someone that you trust. You're not alone in this journey. Reach out to your trusted circle of family, friends, or a therapist who can provide a safe space for you to express your feelings and gain valuable insight. There are also support groups. There's some online communities where you can connect with individuals who have experienced similar situations. There's strength in numbers. And being around others who have been where you are, or even if you're the one who's been there, you could help someone else navigate through this. Because as well as and those who've experienced, it's a tough situation. And it does bring about a lot of emotion. So engaging with others who understand can provide validation, comfort, and a sense of belonging as you navigate through this challenging phase. So we have accepting your emotions, seek support. Next is prioritize self-care. It is important, fellas. You need care too. In tumultuous times like these, self-care becomes your anchor. Make yourself a priority by engaging in activities that bring you joy, relaxation, as well as rejuvenation. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, exercising, practicing mindfulness and meditation, taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being will help you gain clarity and build resilience. Remember, by taking care of yourself, you are better equipped to support and nurture those around you, including your beloved children. So if you're no good to no one else, that's no good. So you have to prioritize your self-care in order to be there to be any good to anyone else, especially yourself, because you are important. So the first step was accepting your emotions. The second was seeking support. The third was prioritize self-care. And the next is rethinking the concept of fatherhood. Yep, I said that. Rethinking the concept of fatherhood. Fatherhood is not defined solely by biology. It is a profoundly emotional and nurturing connection that transcends bloodlines. Again, embrace the truth that your role as a father goes beyond genetics. Your love, guidance, and presence are what truly matter in shaping your children's lives. Recognize the importance of the bond you have formed and celebrate the unique and extraordinary journey that is still unfolding. It's okay to rethink the situation. Okay, fatherhood doesn't necessarily mean, they came from your DNA. Love goes way beyond that. Way beyond that. You deserve the happiness of fatherhood. Yes, you do. So if that woman is being decent with you and she is allowing you to continue to have this, these moments with these babies and be there throughout their ups and downs and everything, she's not being ugly towards you, go for it. But if she is, don't do it. And Tony said that. Remember that. So, next up is establish boundaries and positivity, which is very important. If your relationship with the mother of your children remains toxic, it is essential to prioritize the well-being of both yourself and your children. Establish clear boundaries to protect your emotional health and ensure a safe environment for your children. Surround yourself with positivity, cultivate healthy relationships, and focus on fostering a healthy and loving environment for your children's growth and happiness. So basically, put the children first in that situation, as well as your own. Like, okay, if things are not going great, okay, we got to lay down some rules and some boundaries. And if she can't get with that, then you're going to have to let that go. But if she can be a woman and say, hey, look, I made a terrible mistake. I apologize for my behavior and putting myself in this messed up situation to come up with a child that was not yours. I appreciate the fact that you're trying to be here and continue to be their father. I appreciate you, sir. Like, this is very important, ladies and gentlemen. But put them boundaries in place. It's very important to say, hey, this is the line we're not crossing. And if you can't agree to this, then I'm out. If you can agree to this and stick with it, I'm in for the long term because I love those children. Now, however you feel about her, that's something y'all got to deal with and figure out. If it's good, stick with it. If it's not, let it go. We see so much going on right now. Like I said at the beginning, there were talk shows for this sort of thing. It happens so often. And it's not just within the United States, because it's all over the United States. That's clear. Because everybody is getting a little too frisky, if you ask me, and not being careful. And these are the situations that are arising from that. At some point, we have to get somewhere and sit down and be loyal, ladies. Gentlemen, protect your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It is important because you are the leaders of this world. You are the heads of the household. You are the one to be leading the charge for the family. So you must be in good condition, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Now, in closing, while the discovery that your children are not biologically yours within a toxic relationship is undeniably challenging, it is crucial to remember that your worth, as a father is not defined by genetic ties alone. The strength and resilience you display in navigating this difficult terrain will serve as an inspiring example for your children, teaching them the values of love, compassion, and perseverance. Embrace the journey, seek support, prioritize self-care, and reimagine your role as an extraordinary father. Remember, you have the power to shape the lives of your children and create a legacy of strength, love, and resilience. I know it hurts, but you can get through. And whatever you decide, it's all right. So don't trip, don't worry, and don't stress. Here is this week's affirmation. This week's affirmation, this is for the fathers who just learned that they are not the biological father. And your affirmation for this week is, I release myself from any negative impact of paternity as I acknowledge that my worth and identity are not defined by biological connections. I embrace my inner strength and ability to create a fulfilling life irrespective of external circumstances. Quote for the week. Gentlemen, here is your quote of the week. Paternity, as a mere biology, does not determine a person's true worth or potential. It is through our choices, actions, and character that we define our significance within this world. Men, know this. You are needed. You are cherished. You are loved. And you are appreciated. And you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer you, especially kindness and respect, as well as dignity. Wishing you much love and peace, because man, you are awesome. You have been listening to Inspire Our Podcast by TO1 Radio, the talk show podcast station. Know that you are loved, cherished, and needed. So keep your head up and your heart light. Until the next time, have a blessed and productive week. I've been your host, Tony Williams. TO1 radio station listeners are awesome. Because of this, your voice is very important. Listeners are encouraged and welcome to call in live during a show or leave a message with your thoughts and opinions, whether it's the Sound Meditation Podcast, the Tony on One Podcast, the Sister Talk Podcast with Sister Such and Such, the Underground Podcast about music, or Inspire Our Podcast. We're trying to inspire the world. That's TO1 Radio. So listeners' voice is very important. So give us a call at 318-315-3586. Again, 318-315-3586. And voice your opinion. Hi guys, this is Tony on One. And I am here to tell you a little bit about my radio station. All shows are by TO1 Radio, the talk show podcast station. Shows are available anytime for download, play on demand, and they're on most of your podcast sites and or apps. Subscribe and hit the notification bell on YouTube. The name over there is Tony on One, as well as like, follow, and share on social media. We're on one. So tune in for raw, uncut talk.